This is a North Atlantic right whale. It eats thousands of pounds of plankton every day. It's often called the urban whale because it spends time in areas with lots of shipping and fishing, which is dangerous for whales. But as long as they're in their usual feeding grounds, protective measures prevent deadly ship strikes and gear entanglements. In 2010, right whales started to abandon one of their main feeding grounds in the Gulf of Maine. They started showing up in unexpected places where there were no protections and started dying. Now the species is in decline again, leaving us to wonder, why did they stop visiting this feeding ground, and could this happen elsewhere? To answer this question, we needed data on whales, their food, and the oceanography. We gathered 20 scientists from 10 institutions working all around the Gulf of Maine, from Cape Cod to Canada, and it quickly became a big data project. When we crunched the numbers, we saw a clear pattern emerge. The decline in whales matched a decline in their food starting in 2010 that traced ocean currents backwards, through deep waters, out through the Northeast Channel. These deep waters were much warmer starting in 2010, and the whale's main prey, a tiny crustacean called Calanus, doesn't thrive in warm waters. This deep channel is the entry point for major ocean currents into the Gulf of Maine. Because of climate change, those major ocean currents are changing, starting all the way up in the Arctic. The warmer deep waters in the Gulf of Maine starting in 2010 matched these changes. So to connect the dots, climate change is altering major ocean currents. Now, much warmer deep waters enter the Gulf of Maine, meaning less food for whales, meaning the whales have to go searching elsewhere. That makes them vulnerable to ship strikes and entanglements. Around the world, species, including humans, are reacting to sudden climate shifts. But what if we could be proactive instead of reactive? Because whales respond to ocean conditions, we might be able to predict their movements. We're working on ways to forecast where whales will be ahead of time to help prevent their deaths. I know a whale forecast might sound strange, but this is the sort of climate adaptation tool we'll need to meet the coming climate challenges. If we can find a solution for right whales, then there's hope.